You know that feeling when you're in a conversation and everything just clicks, where you feel totally heard and the other person's ideas make perfect sense? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and deconstruct a high-performance sales script to see exactly how those moments are made. Let's dive in.
So what is the secret? Is it some kind of natural-born charisma, or is it just about having all the right facts lined up? Well, what we're about to find out is that real persuasion isn't magic at all. It's actually more like a really, really well-designed blueprint.
And look, our goal here isn't to turn you into a salesperson. Nope, it's to learn from the pros. By breaking this script down piece by piece, we're going to uncover a powerful framework for communication that, honestly, you can use anywhere, from a huge boardroom meeting to just talking with family. Okay, let's start with the absolute foundation of any good conversation. And here's the thing. It doesn't start with you talking. It starts with you listening. It's all about diagnosing what the other person actually needs before you even think about offering a solution. You see, a really great script isn't a monologue. It's more like a guide to empathy. It helps you get ahead of the game, to anticipate what someone might be worried about, and to have a thoughtful response ready to go. Let's see exactly how that works. Let's kick things off with the one we all know, right? The budget. This is almost always the biggest hurdle in any professional talk. So how does a smart script tackle this head on? Okay, check this out because it's a brilliant 1-2 punch. First, validation. I understand. Just 2 simple words that immediately build a connection. Then, bam, it pivots. It reframes the whole thing not as a cost, but as an opportunity, using a super powerful data point to turn a negative into a huge positive. And here's the second big worry. The fear of getting stuck with something that won't work 6 months or a year from now. It's that scalability problem, and for any growing company, this is a massive concern. This is just such a smart way to disarm a concern. That little phrase, common challenge, immediately tells the customer, hey, you're not alone in this. It normalizes their problem. And then, it doesn't just make a vague promise, it gives them a concrete how, a specific tool that solves their problem. So we've seen how the script starts by listening and diagnosing those pain points. Now for the really crucial part, the pivot to value. Once you've shown you get the problem, it's time to show them exactly, and I mean exactly, how you can help. You know, this phrase right here, based on what you've shared, this might just be the most important part of the whole conversation. It's the bridge. It signals, I was listening to you, and what I'm about to say isn't some generic pitch. It's for you. And what comes next? Just pure hard evidence. The first number they hit him with, a 45% faster onboarding process. Think about that. That's not just a nice feature. It's a direct boost to speed and efficiency. Then comes the number that hits that budget concern right between the eyes, a potential 60% reduction in overall training costs. That is the big payoff for having that conversation about value, not just price. And finally, the third number really brings it home on the human side of things, an 85% employee engagement rate. So this isn't just about being cheaper or faster. It's about being better for the people who actually have to use it. When you put all 3 of those metrics together, they tell a really powerful story. You're faster for the business, you're cheaper for the bottom line, and you're way more engaging for your employees. I mean, that is a data-driven case that's pretty tough to argue with. Okay, so you've built that connection, you've shown them the value with cold, hard data. What now? Well, the trick is to make taking that next step incredibly, almost ridiculously easy. Let's see how this script pulls that off. See how clear and simple this is? It's not some vague, hey, let's connect sometime. No, it's a simple checklist. It confirms the where, it identifies the who, and it proposes the when. This whole approach just removes all the friction and keeps the momentum going. It's just professional. But let's be real, even with the best plan in the world, you can hit a last-minute snag. A great script knows this is coming and has a clear, respectful plan ready to handle those final hurdles. Let's look at a couple of the big ones. When that budget issue pops back up, notice the script doesn't get defensive. It doesn't argue about the price tag. It just pivots the conversation away from cost and towards investment. It gives a clear timeline for when they'll actually make their money back. It turns a scary expense into a smart financial move. And what about the classic, it's just not the right time? Instead of hitting a wall, the script treats this as an opportunity. It reframes the moment as perfect for proactive planning. It suggests that even if it's not time to buy, it's the perfect time to get informed. This keeps the conversation alive and makes you look like a helpful advisor, not a pushy salesperson.
All right, we've seen how this script navigates all the tricky parts. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle, the confident close. A strong ending just reinforces all the value you've built and sets everyone up for a great outcome.
Just listen to the language here. It's so confident and forward-looking. It's all about the benefits, the transformation, not the features. Going from a passive, I hope you like it, to an active, I'm excited to show you the transformation. That projects real expertise and drives home the value one last time. So what's the big lesson here? What's the takeaway? It's that effective persuasion isn't about manipulation or pushing your own agenda. It's a disciplined process. It's an architecture built on listening first, then pivoting with real evidence, and then making the next step crystal clear. And really, that brings it all back to you. I want you to think about this simple framework. Listen, pivot, ask. Where could you use that? In a job interview? Pitching a new project at work? Or maybe even just trying to decide on vacation plans with your family? The applications for this are absolutely endless.